Hello friends, welcome to the channel Smart Engineer. My name is Pooja Subhash Rao Deshmukh from International Center of Excellence in Engineering and Management College. Today we are going to study the fundamental parameters of antenna, in which history of antenna, introduction of antenna, basic structure, need of antenna, applications, radiation mechanism, types of antenna, antenna gain, efficiency, polarization, beam width and advantages of antenna, etc. Now, the history of antenna. The first antenna were built in 1888 by German physicist Heinrich Hertz in his pioneering experiments to prove the existence of electromagnetic waves predicted by the theory of James Clerk Maxwell. Hertz placed dipole antennas at the focal point of parabolic reflectors for both transmitting and receiving. He published his work in Annalen der Physik und Chemie. Now, the introduction of antenna. Then, what is antenna? An antenna is an electrical device which converts electric currents into radio waves and vice versa. It usually used a radio transmitter or radio receiver. In transmission, a radio transmitter applies an oscillating radio frequency electric current to the antenna terminals, and the antenna radiates the energy from the current as electromagnetic waves, that is radio waves. The definition of antenna. An antenna can be defined in the following different ways. An antenna may be a piece of conducting material in the form of wire, rod or any other shape with excitation. An antenna is a source or radiator of electromagnetic waves. An antenna is a sensor of electromagnetic wave. It is also a transducer. An antenna is a impedance matching device. Antenna is a coupler between generator and space or vice versa. Antenna is basically a transducer which converts radio frequency, that is RF signal, into an electromagnetic wave, that is EM signal, of the same frequency. It forms a part of transmitter as well as receiver circuit. Its equivalent circuit is characterized by the presence of resistance, inductance and capacitance. The current produces a magnetic field and a charge produces an electrostatic field. These two turn create an induction field. So, the transmitting antenna. Any structure designed to efficiently radiate electromagnetic radiation in a preferred direction is called a transmitting antenna. In reception, an antenna intercepts some of the power of an electromagnetic wave in order to produce a tiny voltage at its terminal that is applied to a receiver to be amplified. An antenna can be used for both transmitting as well as receiving purpose. Receiving antenna. What is receiving antenna? Any structure designed to efficiently receive electromagnetic radiation is called an receiving antenna. So, the basic structure of antenna. It is a metallic conductor system capable of radiating and receiving EM waves, that is electromagnetic waves. Typically, an antenna consists of an arrangement of metallic conductors, that is elements, electrically connected, often through a transmission line to the receiver or transmitter. An oscillating current of electrons forced through the antenna by a transmitter will create an oscillating magnetic field around the antenna elements, while the charge of the electrons also creates an oscillating electric field along the elements. In other words, antenna is a transitional structure between free space and a guiding device. The guiding device or transmission line may take a form of a coaxial line or a hollow pipe, that is waveguide, and it is used to transport electromagnetic energy from the transmitting source to the antenna or from an antenna to the receiver. In the former case, we have a transmitting antenna and in the later of receiving antenna. These time varying fields radiate away from the antenna into space as a moving electromagnetic field wave. Conversely, during reception, the oscillating electric and magnetic fields of an incoming radio wave exert force on the electrons in the antenna elements, causing them to move back and forth, creating oscillating currents in the antenna. Now the term antenna reciprocity. What is reciprocity? Which can be used as a transmitter and receiver. In two-way communication, same antenna can be used as a transmitter or receiver. Antennas may also contain reflective or directive elements or surfaces not connected to the transmitter or receiver, such as parasitic elements, parabolic reflectors or horns which serve to direct the radio waves into a beam or other desired radiation pattern. Antennas can be designed to transmit or receive radio waves in all directions equally, that is omnidirectional antennas, or transmit them in a beam in a particular direction and receive from that one direction only, that is directional or high gain antennas. Then the need of antenna. Why we used antennas? The need of antenna arisen when two persons wanted to communicate between them when separated by some distance and wired communication is not possible. Antennas are required by any radio receiver or transmitter to couple its electric connection to the electromagnetic field. Radio waves are electromagnetic waves which carry signals through the air or through the space at the speed of light with almost no transmission loss. In this wire there is no loss present. Radio transmitters and receivers are used to convey signals, that is information, in systems including broadcast, audio, radio, television, mobile phone, point-to-point communication links, telephone, data network, satellite links, etc. Radio waves are also used directly for measurements in technology including radar, GPS and radio astronomy. In each and every case, the transmitters and receivers involved require antennas, although there are sometimes hidden, such as antenna inside an AM radio or inside a laptop computer equipped with Wi-Fi. Where the antennas are used in systems such as radio and television broadcasting, point-to-point radio communication, wireless LAN, radar and space exploration. Antennas are most utilized in air or outer space but can also be operated under water or even though soil and rock at certain frequencies for short distances. Then the radiation mechanism of antenna. The radiation from the antenna takes place when the electromagnetic field generated by the source is transmitted to the antenna system through the transmission line and separated from the antenna into free space. This occurs because the line of force don't undergo complete phase reversal and some of them escapes. Ideally, all incident energy must be reflected back when open circuit, but practically a small portion of electromagnetic energy escapes from the system. The figure shows the radiation mechanism of antenna. The amount of escaped energy is very small due to mismatch between transmission line and surrounding space. Also, because two wires are too close to each other, radiation from one tip will cancel radiation from other tip as they are opposite polarities and distance between them is too small as compared to wavelength. To increase amount of radiated power, open circuit must be enlarged by spreading the two wires. Due to this arrangement, coupling between transmission line and free space is important. Also, amount of cancellation has reduced. The radiation efficiency will increase further if two conductors of transmission line are bent so as to bring them in same line. Now the types of antennas. There are two types of antennas according to their applications and technology available in antennas. First one is omnidirectional and second one is directional. First one is omnidirectional or only weakly directional antennas which receive or radiate more or less in all directions. These are employed when the relative position of the other station is unknown or arbitrary. They are also used at lower frequencies where a directional antenna would be too large, or simply to cut costs in applications where a directional antenna isn't required. Second one is the directional or beam antennas which are intended to preferentially radiate or receive in a particular direction or directional pattern. According to the length of transmission lines, there are also two types, that is resonant antenna and non-resonant antenna. In resonant antenna, this is a transmission line, the length of which is exactly equal to multiplies of half wavelength and it is open at both ends. Second one is the non-resonant antenna. In that, the length of these antennas is not equal to exact multiplies of half wavelength. In these antennas, standing waves are not present as antennas are terminated in correct impedance, which is avoid reflections. The waves travel only in forward direction. Non-resonant antennas is a unidirectional antenna also. This figure shows the radiation pattern of antenna in which main lobe, opposite side lobes are present and side lobes are also present. The antenna radiation pattern or antenna pattern is defined as a mathematical function or a graphical representation of the radiation properties of the antenna as a function of space coordinates. In most cases, the radiation pattern is determined in the far field region and is represented as a function of the directional coordinates. The radiation pattern of an antenna is a plot of the relative field strength of the radio waves emitted by the antenna at different angles. The pattern of an ideal isotropic antenna which radiates equally in all directions would look like a sphere. It is typically represented by a three-dimensional graph or polar plots of the horizontal and vertical cross sections. It is a plot of field strength in Vm versus angle in degrees. Many non-directional antennas such as dipoles emit equal power in all horizontal directions with the power dropping off at higher and lower angles. This is called an omnidirectional pattern. The radiation of many antennas shows a pattern of maxima or lobes at various angles separated by nulls angles where the radiation falls to 0. This is because the radio waves emitted by different parts of the antenna typically interfere, causing maxima at angles where the radio waves arrive at distant points in phase and zero radiation at other angles where the radio waves arrive out of phase. In a directional antenna designed to project radio waves in a particular direction, the lobe in that direction is designed larger than the others and is called the main lobe. The other lobes usually represent unwanted radiation and are called side lobes. The axis through the main lobe is called the principal axis or Boresight axis. Now the parameters of antenna. Antenna gain. What is antenna gain? Gain is a parameter which measures the degree of directivity of the antenna radiation pattern. A high gain antenna will preferably radiate in a particular direction. Specifically, an antenna gain or power gain of an antenna is defined as the ratio of the intensity, that is power per unit surface, radiated by the antenna in the direction of its maximum output at an arbitrary distance divided by the intensity radiated at the same distance by a hypothetical isotropic antenna. The gain of antenna is a passive phenomenon. Power is not added by the antenna but simply restricted to provide more radiated power in a certain direction that would be transmitted by an isotropic antenna. High gain antennas have the advantage of longer range and better signal quality but must be aimed carefully in a particular direction. Low gain antennas have shorter range but the orientation of the antenna is relatively inconsequential. For example, a dish antenna on a spacecraft is a high gain that must be pointed at the planet to be effective, whereas a typical Wi-Fi antenna in a laptop computer is low gain. And as long as base station is within range, the antenna can be in any orientation in space. In practical, the half-wave dipole is taken as a reference instead of the isotropic radiator. The gain is then given in dBd, that is decibels over dipole. The other parameter of antenna is the antenna efficiency. Efficiency of transmitting antenna is the ratio of power actually radiated in all directions to the power absorbed by the antenna terminals. The power supplied to the antenna terminals which is not radiated is converted into heat. This is usually through loss resistance in the antenna conductors but can also due to dielectric or magnetic core losses in antennas using such components. Now the polarization. The polarization of an antenna is the orientation of the electric field, that is E plane, of the radio wave with respect to the Earth's surface and is determined by the physical structure of the antenna and by its orientation. Reflections generally affect polarization. For radio waves, the most important reflector is the ionosphere, which reflect from it will have their polarization changed. A simple straight wire antenna will have one polarization when mounted vertically and a different polarization when mounted horizontally. LF, VLF and MF antennas are vertically polarized. Next one is the beam width. Beam width of an antenna is defined as angular separation between the two half power points on power density radiation pattern or angular separation between two 3 dB down points on the field strength of radiation pattern. It is expressed in degree. This is the beam width diagram of antenna which consists of minor lobes, beam width between first null, half power beam width, half power point, main lobe for maximum direction, half power point from left side and right side. The next one is the isotropic antenna. Figure shows the isotropic radiator diagram. Isotropic antenna or isotropic radiator is a hypothetical, not physically realized concept used as a useful reference to describe real antennas. Isotropic antenna radiates equally in all directions. Its radiation pattern is represented by a sphere whose center coincides with the location of the isotropic radiator. It is considered to be a point in space with no dimensions and no mass. This antenna cannot physically exist but is useful as a theoretical model for comparison with all other antennas. Most antennas gains are measured with reference to an isotropic radiator and are rated in dBi, that is decibels, with respect to an isotropic radiator. Second one is the half wave dipole antenna. The half wave dipole antenna is just a special case of the dipole antenna. Half wave term means that the length of this dipole antenna is equal to half wavelength at the frequency of the dipole antenna is the basics for most antenna designs, is a balanced component with equal but opposite voltages and currents applied at its two terminals through a balanced transmission line. The half wave dipole antenna is, as you may expect, a simple half wavelength wire fed at the center as shown in figure. To make it crystal clear, if the antenna is to radiate at 600 MHz, what size should the half wavelength dipole be? One wavelength at 600 MHz is equal to C divided by F is equals to 0.5 meters. Hence, the half wavelength dipole antenna's length is 0.2 meters. Figure shows the diagram of half wave dipole antenna. This is the dipoles. Dipoles have an radiation pattern symmetrical about the axis of the dipole. The radiation is maximum at right angles to the dipole and dropping off to 0 on the antenna axis. Next one is the folded dipole. Folded antenna is a single antenna but it consists of two elements. First element is fed directly while second one is coupled inductively at its end. Radiation pattern of folded dipole is same as that of dipole antenna, that is shown in the figure. Now the advantages of antennas. Input impedance of folded dipole is 4 times higher than that of straight dipole. Typically, the input impedance of half wavelength folded dipole antenna is 288 ohm. Then the bandwidth of folded dipole is higher than that of straight dipole.